people, and we are back. This is a podcast now. Three dudes making noises, being weird. We got, once again, our special guest for today, Sean. Say hi.
Hi.
Got George, as always. Got Chris.
Hello.
Got myself. And I am excited about this episode because we are going to be talking about the 1997 sci-fi thriller, The Game.
Is it really sci-fi though?
I don't know. I just want to start with that because it sounded that dramatic. Like that's one of the favorite parts.
I see where you're going with this.
It's not sci-fi.
It's physically impossible to happen in today's.
Yeah, see
it's not. Just,
is it though?
Yeah, is it though?
Much. It's highly illegal. Like there's no.
Who cares, dude?
He signed a. Okay, let's save it because we'll talk about it later.
Alright, first of all, for anyone who is not familiar with the 1997 classic, The Game stars Michael Douglas.
Thank you for the dubbing.
Michael Douglas. He is a very rich man, very bored of his life. He's like, oh, well, this is great. I make so much money.
An asshole.
He's an asshole, I guess. Yeah, I didn't
Is
see
it?
I didn't.
He's an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole.
He's in that movie, the Ant movie.
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Okay.
He's a bad guy, isn't he?
No, he's like the scientist that created the suit. No, you're Marvel. Go on.
I'm DC all the way.
Oh my goodness. That's another episode. Save it for another episode.
DC versus Marvel.
Point is, Michael Douglas, he is a successful business entrepreneur. I don't think he's an entrepreneur. I think he just owns a business. The movie starts with flashbacks to his childhood. His brother, played by Sean Penn, they have dinner, and he's like, hey, Sean Penn, how you doing? Clearly not the same character's name, but Sean Penn's like, yeah, man, I'm still poor and everything, but I'm playing this game.
No, he didn't say that.
Connor.
Conrad.
Conrad.
Conrad. Because you have to call him Connie.
Okay, so...
by the way, everyone,
spoiler
alert.
Oh, no.
It's a 1997 movie. So
That's why.
Just in case.
I don't feel bad for like, spoiling a movie from 97,
old,
yeah.
Dude,
okay.
Frank spoiled Logan in the first podcast.
Logan,
he didn't even see Logan. That's the worst part.
I didn't have to see it to know that Logan dies.
There it is again.
Okay.
So.
You don't humanize a hero unless they die. And that's what you do when you give him the name Logan. Think about that.
Ooh.
Now we're back. Now back to the game.
That was
so
deep.
high for this.
That was deep.
Was it though?
Right. Back to this, okay. Conrad talks to Michael Douglas. He's like, hey man, happy birthday. I got you a gift. Well, and Michael Douglas is like, oh, I'm super rich, man. I don't know what kind of gift.
I got everything I need.
Yeah, I got everything I need.
No, like the brother shows up, and that's what the kind of like the concept you got is they have a strained brotherhood because it wasn't like, hey, I'm happy to see you. It's why are you here?
Do you need money?
Do you need money?
That's the impression that Michael Douglas' character got from when he's like, oh, why are you here? How much you want? Like that's what it is.
Yeah. So they had like a strained.
So clearly, it's like this guy's only coming to me because I have money.
Yeah.
Not brothers in the sense of like hang out with each other and talk to each other all the time. They're really distant relatives.
Yeah, like blood brothers. That's like that's the only thing that makes us brothers is our blood. Nothing else.
Alright, so then the movie's like moving along, right? And it's like Michael Douglas is kind of interested in like his brother proposition of this gift that he gives him, where it's like, hey man, just check out this corporation. It's a referral. You want to see it? You want to check out the place? You know, he goes because he finds interest via two other businessmen that he sees like at a smoking lounge, if I recall correctly, right?
Right, they're like just smoking cigars.
Right, so they're smoking cigars, and these two and Michael Douglas is kind of like, he brings up, they're like, oh yeah, I got a referral to this one place, and they're like, oh yeah, have you not played the game? And they're like, and Michael Douglas is like, no. And they're like, oh man, that's a really good game right there. And Michael Douglas is just like, well, why don't you tell me a little about that game? And they're like, no.
We can't tell you.
We can't tell you. It's like Fight Club. You can't talk about it.
And then the guys are also like, I wish I could be like you and go play for the first time. And that's what got him hard, dude.
Which Frank brings up an interesting point. It's like Fight Club. It's another David Fincher movie.
All right, so this movie is made by
the
David
same
Fincher,
director,
the
David
director.
Fincher.
Okay.
Who also made Seven.
Who also made Seven. So if you people...
Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Social Network, Aliens. What else?
I thought Ridley Scott made Aliens.
No, he made the second one.
Oh.
I mean the third one, Aliens.
Remember,
3.
the first one's Alien, then it's Aliens.
Ridley Scott, and then James Cameron did the second one, but the third one, my mistake.
Okay, there's
Aliens 3 is directed by David Fincher.
Aliens 3.
Seven was shit.
Which is...
The newest one?
7.
Oh, 7's dope, yeah.
The movie.
The movie 7. I thought we were talking about Aliens still.
Yeah.
But David Fincher he also made Gone Girl.
Oh, I love that movie. Gone Girl's amazing.
Oh, but the crazy bitch?
Yeah.
Sorry,
respect women, please.
No, but she's crazy.
Wow.
And
That doesn't
serial killer.
That doesn't negate the respect, okay?
So David Fincher's a really highly regarded director in Hollywood. Has some nice movies under his belt.
And this is why I recommended the movie, because George really likes him.
I've had the movie, I've never seen it up until...
Why would you buy a movie and never watch it?
I've been there. That's George, though.
That was George.
George has like 600 movies, dude.
This is one of my favorite directors. I'm going to buy a movie and never watch it, ever.
Well, I finally got around to seeing the damn movie, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Anyway.
I watched the film for the first time. I had to watch it a couple more times just to analyze everything, and I enjoyed it.
I
don't know how the initial reception was for this movie.
It's critically acclaimed.
It was critically acclaimed? Okay.
It's a slow burn.
I think so,
It's a very slow burn and it doesn't pay off until the end.
Yeah, I think the concept is cool. Like, I'm like, well, that's nice. But then you have to think about, like, I really have to be super rich for this to happen, or else
you would. Yeah.
What's the enterprise that does the game actually?
CRS.
CRS is not looking for your average person who's like, oh, hey, I'm hardworking. I can make these small payments if you want. No, CRS is like, no. You gotta be like a CEO, or you gotta own your own business, or you gotta be like...
No, because the brother does it, and he can afford it, and then he's like, oh, this is the bill at the end. And then he's like, oh, you want to help with that? He's like, oh, yes, thank God, yes. And it was a lot. But
then again, their father died, so he probably left the same amount of money, but Michael Douglas' character turned around and made that money times 6. Or
that makes sense.
We also don't know, like, where the brother's getting the money from, right? Like, there's no real, like, origins as to how the brother finds out about the game, right? Like, he only mentions it, and refers Michael Douglas to it, but there's no, like, there needs to be the game origins. That's what I'm saying, or else, right? Like, how does it?
That's one plot hole, I guess.
Yeah, like how does like a corporation just go? Yeah, let's do this elaborate scheme.
But everybody, because everybody's quiet about it though, because like when he goes up to the rich guys and they're like, he goes, "What's it about?" He goes, "We can't tell you."
Yeah,
because everybody's game's different, and like that closed in that loop. That suspension of disbelief is because they're like every game is different, and those two games were different for those, and if he would play his game, it would be different for him.
I like the movie, first of all. I thought it was pretty cool. Yes, it is a slow burner, but once you like, I think it's the details, I think, in the movie.
It's like the usual suspects. Yeah. That's a really slow burn too, but
after like the 45-minute, 50-minute mark of the game, that's when I was like, holy shit.
So here's what I thought about the game. The whole time I was watching the game,
that's when I think it becomes a thriller, is when it, right? Because that's what a sci-fi thriller does.
It's just a thriller, though. Somebody freaking IMDb this movie.
Yeah, somebody figure out for us what genre.
But the thing about this movie is this whole time the whole time you're watching
just
the movie,
because it's not in space doesn't mean it can't be sci-fi. Sci-fi can happen on Earth, right?
He's probably right.
This is an Elysium. Okay?
Mystery drama film.
So it's not even a thriller.
How generic is that, though? We are gonna rename this, and we're gonna say it's a sci-fi thriller.
But there's no robots. There's no in the future.
That I don't feel like a sci-fi thriller has to be that.
There's no Arnold coming back to kill you so you don't stop Skynet.
That's still present day, though. That's not in the future. It's from the future. But we don't know. Like I said, CRS, they could be from the future.
The thing about this movie I like the most is the whole time I was like, what the fuck's going on? And it's like, that's the only reason why I kept on watching, because I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I know, like, you know, for some people it might, like, you might lose interest, like, I don't care anymore. But for me, I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I really wanted to IMDb the shit out of it, because that's just the type of person I am. Instant gratification, millennial. Sorry, everyone. But I was like, fuck, what the fuck is going on right now?
So what's his IMDb rating on?
I didn't do it, dude.
I thought you said you did.
I just did it right now.
Oh, you just did it? 7.5?
7.5?
That's a passing.
Yes, you know, C's get degrees, bro.
Yeah, C's get degrees, so we're good with that.
7.5 for
C, that's 75%, bro. That's a C.
Reader score? Or, like, critic score?
Critic score. IMDb, I'm sorry, okay. IMDb is 7.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 72%.
Which is fresh.
And Common Sense gave it a 4 out of 5.
He knows his ratings. George?
59% or lower, it's rotten.
So you can get a D in a movie and still be like, that's certified
Emoji Movie, not fresh.
Emoji Movie is stupid.
But yeah, so I mean, what were your guys' like favorite scenes in it?
The ending.
The ending is what.
The
That's
ending.
it. You were like, oh yeah, that's
The ending.
because it was finally over. You're like, oh, I don't have to watch this movie ever again.
No, I didn't. I thought it. Well, you get hit with a twist, and then you get hit with another twist.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. It's
I
like a
like-
hurricane of
Yes.
twists.
That was
Wait, what was the first twist?
He kills his brother.
Yeah, that he kills his brother.
Then the second twist was later.
Right,
Commit
that's-
suicide.
And then he,
Oh, yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
he jumps out the building.
And that's the part that gets me. It's like, how did they know he was? How were they expecting him to be like, "Yep, I'm gonna just die"?
And pick the right side because they could have jumped off any
Yes.
other sides and been like, "Oh, this game just turned
Even
dark."
the
why.
gun that he had, that was the only gun they left in his house, and that's the one he grabbed, and they thought it was real, but it wasn't. It was filled with blanks. But the other character in that movie, the actor, they
They're
asked
all
him.
actors.
No, in the movie, he plays an actor, the old bald guy,
Oh, the
The guy at the zoo.
the CRS guy.
Yeah.
the recruiter,
spokesperson.
the recruiter.
He
yeah.
died. in
He
real
was an
life.
actor in the movie.
He did die in real life.
He did?
Yeah, he died. Not recently. He just died in the last few months.
Well, he also mentioned, like, oh, if you didn't jump off at that ledge, I was going to push you.
Yeah, that's
I had
the
to push
crazy-
you.
Yeah,
All right.
And he's
I was
like,
good.
"Thank you for jumping because I would have to push you."
I
off
would
the
have had
edge."
to push you.
yeah, which would have broken the feel that the game was making.
I don't think so.
I think it does. Well, how?
I like
Because he was
how-
hostage the whole time.
No, but I liked how
Yeah.
he didn't know he was in the game until like when they call you up with that fake rejection, like, "Oh, sorry, you've been rejected," and then he pulled in the driveway and the clown's just like sitting there and he's like,
man,
that freaked me out. I was like, "What's going on? Is he about
Yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah.
murdered?"
I saw that clown and I was like, fuck that shit. And I know everyone hates clowns. You hate clowns?
No.
That's because I hate you.
Best,
I've never had a problem
best
with
reasoning,
clowns.
right?
I didn't watch that movie, It, so
Dude, you know what's crazy is I didn't watch the movie It either.
but you're afraid of clowns.
I'm not really afraid of clowns. I
He
just
just
one of
doesn't
those
like
things.
them.
I just what's up? Punch you in the face. I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, anxiety attack, blah blah blah. It's more one of those things where I was like, you look creepy. Why are you happy all the time? You must not have gone through life correctly.
I don't know. I think the usage of a clown really good for that scene because they give him a clown decoy and like the purpose of a clown is to like make you feel happy and stuff like that.
But
Well, I
the same
think
way
the
his dad
it's the
died,
same way
that's
his
why-
dad died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also the clown could also be mocking you or making fun of you,
Yeah.
which is what they started to do. They use the clown as like, oh hey, by the way, you think like this is all fun, but really it's not. Which I think plays into like that fear of clowns is that it's not just, hey, it's just a gift. No, this is a gift that's gonna fuck you up and shit.
Yeah, because then it cuts in the TV. He's
Yeah,
watching too.
yeah. And because the clown has a camera inside it too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Michael Douglas is like tripping out at his own house. He's like, "Hey, Stella, get out of the house! I need to fucking knock down everything." And it's like, okay, now you know the game has started.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part, honestly, was the advertisement for Baskin Robbins. And like, none of everyone's silent right now because they're like,
I'm like, what?
because they're not. Yeah, you're not gonna remember it, but it's like right after the.
Oh no, so he's talking to the girl, right? He
Well,
goes,
it's right after he
Yeah.
meets the girl actor for the first time who's pretending to be a waitress or whatever.
Advertisement?
And they end up running away from, I forgot whom, that were shooting at them. And they end up having to fall into the dumpster. And he gets her a taxi. Then she leaves. Then he's walking uphill because this whole film's based off in San Francisco. And as he's walking uphill, there's a semi-truck that passes that says Baskin Robbins on it.
Yeah.
Best ad in a movie next to the Whopper scene in Iron Man.
You can get Whoppers now for 2 for $6.
There you go, see? Not
I
even
haven't
our
Whopper in a while
sponsors for
forever.
today, but, you know? But yeah, that's my favorite part. I don't know, I always
My
find...
favorite part was
I always find like inserted ads that you wouldn't think are ads, but they have to be ads. Because there's no way like they're gonna get a semi-truck that has someone else's corporate logo on it without them going, "Hey man, you mind giving us a couple bones and we'll put your corporation in there and it's gonna make money and stuff." So think about that next time you watch a film and how much of it is an ad instead of a movie.
I had another
think
podcaster in that for me too. They forget what movie. They're like, "Oh, this is a giant ad." And
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
I think
oh, dude, I
The one
Robot.
with-
Friends. Pepsi's everywhere in Friends.
Yeah.
Like, if you look for like ads, they're like subtle.
yeah.
I Robot is too with Will
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
iRobot is an
Converse
ad
vintage
for Converse.
2001.
Yeah.
So-
Every freaking 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Or Samsung or Sony, one of those ones. those
Yeah.
DVD.
So if you look, because there's no way you're gonna put like somebody's product without you actually getting permission to begin with. And if you're getting permission, odds are you gotta pay for that. But yeah, that was my favorite like cheeky part of it, where it's like this whole dark like world that they just created for him, and a pink Baskin Robbins truck just passes by.
What about the key moment of white person's worst nightmare of ending up in Mexico?
That was weird, actually.
In a grave,
That's
wakes
crazy,
up.
yeah.
He looks homeless. He's like almost.
He's like tripping out. He's like, what the fuck, where am
He
I?
has no money. The only thing he has is a fucking watch, and that's the only thing that gets him back to the U.S. when he goes back to the embassy.
Well,
I like the part with the brother, where the brother's like, he's
Oh,
freaking out.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
they won't stop. I paid him. And he opens the glove compartment, and all those keys fall out, and he's all, you're in on it. And he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
no, I'm not. And he goes, let's just talk about it. And then it brings like all those issues that he had with the dad. Like,
Yeah.
and he goes, you're not my dad. You've never been dad. He goes, don't you say that to me. I had no choice.
Yeah,
And, like,
I think the main thing to it is that with the opening scenes of the movie is that you see a man jumping off a building, and then you find out that's Michael Douglas's memories of his dad
Exactly.
committing suicide or whatever, right? And that you basically get like this idea, like, okay, this character basically had to be like a man in charge per se for like his family, right? And clearly the little brother's like been like, oh, I get to dick around and shit, but you can't be my dad. You'll never be my dad. You know, I'm a real dad. Michael Douglas is like, I didn't have a choice, you asshole. I'm the older one here, you know?
Yeah.
I liked it when the game like first started. You know, like the whole waitress thing happened.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like the person that was like he started like dying.
Oh,
and Michael Douglas was like,
yeah.
is he real? Like, is he part of the game? And then
I
she's
think-
like, what
yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, he's real. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I was
I-
like, she's going down right now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Oh yeah, and they pull in, and everybody like just like gets all dark, and everybody leaves. You're like,
yeah.
what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
That's when that whole part happens. Like
Yeah.
it leads up to Frank's part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think the movie, so for a lot of times, like it definitely questions like a lot, like in the beginning of the movie, where it's like you don't know if this is real or this is not. Like with the keys, it's like you thought the brother was like, oh yeah, the brother could be telling the truth, or the brother's in on it. You don't know that yet.
Right.
And the same thing with like everything else, because how do all those people disappear in a parking lot? It just doesn't happen without cooperation or something. I think from that, I don't know. I like some of the I like the scene where he realizes like the waitress is the same like lady in the other house. And he's just like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And she like clubs him. And she's just like, all right, good night.
Yeah, but the end of the movie is probably the best payoff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Well, yeah.
he's so distrustful. Everybody by that point has no idea. When she finally tells him, she's like pouring out her heart. She's like, I'm in on it. I'm an actor. And she legitimately freaks over the gun. But she's like, where'd you get that? And he goes, this is in my house. She goes, we didn't put that there.
Yeah.
And then like, what's gonna happen is your brother's gonna come to the door and celebrate your birthday. And he's like, he doesn't believe her, and then like kills his own brother. And then that jumps. And then everybody at the end is like confused at the same time of like,
Yes.
what the hell is going on this whole time, as just as much as he is, and some people are in on it.
Well, I think the whole like deeper meaning of the movie is
Life's a game.
like Michael Douglas. Ever since his dad died, the movie makes it look like he's always been cold to like family, friends, everyone in general.
Uh-huh.
I think the whole point of the game and the whole end concept was, yo, you can't be living life like that all the time. Not be so like jaded all the time.
Yeah, you
so
can't-
like he starts respecting people more. Like you can see his total like attitude change when he's at the party. He's like saying hi to everyone, like, oh, thank you, blah 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 blah. Like you can kind of tell that like he's, you know, obviously he's had this like life changing experience, but I think the life changing experience was mainly towards like, you know, don't be such a dick all the time.
Yeah, well, it changes towards the end too. Yeah, to your point, because when he goes and follows the waitress, at the end she goes, "You gonna come with me, or do you want to stay?" Old him would have probably stayed at that party, but I like to assume that he went with the waitress
To the airport.
to the airport and had that coffee.
But yeah, he became a better person because of the game. Just like his brother. Apparently really expensive to change someone.
yeah, but we don't know if he's a better person. Well, his brother, we don't know he's a better
He did, because
person.
remember the first time he meets he calls his ex-wife,
Uh-huh.
and he has this connection that's not even there.
Oh, you're talking about Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
I'm talking about brother. We just know he's basically the whole time he's the brother and he's luring him, but we really don't know what the brother's out like. How did the brother turn out?
Yeah, but the brother was the same
You know,
thing.
but
Goes,
the-
this
yeah.
game changed me. It
Yeah, this
changed my
game
life."
changed me, but we don't see that change though.
No,
but I think the thing is though, like, how do you deprive someone, like, let's say if the brothers is in the same style, like where you're deprived of everything and you're wanted and you're like not wanted for the right reasons, right? What caused the brother to change? I don't know. For me, it's like if he was like a shithole, like what was gonna be even worse than that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know if maybe just CRS was like, hey man, I just need you, I'll pay you out. And then you just be part of the game. See? Is that part of the game? I don't know. You let us know in the comments section.
Okay, now my question to all of you guys is, if you were rich enough and this was a real thing, would you do it?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
No?
Fuck no.
No?
No, I would not.
No.
Would you, George?
That's a yes.
Yeah.
He's just afraid of like the majority.
Oh, I'll say yes. I'll be.
Yeah.
I'd be down. I'd totally be down.
I'd probably be down.
Why don't you guys just do one of those escape rooms then, man?
I want to, but now you guys.
Oh my goodness, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
But no, but you're rich enough. For the whole movie, he's rich enough. Like all these crazy things happen.
Yeah, who gets billed at the end? That's the real question.
His brother did.
His brother did.
Yeah.
Wow, no.
But like,
it was a gift.
they shot up.
But then he asked him. He asked him,
it was a
"Do you want to
gift.
help me pay for some of this?" He's like, "Okay," and he like looks at the check and he's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
So it had to be
exactly.
like at least $20 million. He was a $600 million. That's how much he was worth. He was
Yeah.
worth $600 million because at the end when he calls his Swiss bank account, he has nothing of that $600 million, or supposedly he doesn't have.
Yeah, and the Swiss bank was in it.
Yeah.
Like, how is that?
Well,
That is so intricate.
As soon as he gave his password, like, "Hey, check my thing." They're like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
let's.
Yeah.
So it's a really intricate movie. It fucks with your head.
So why wouldn't you do it?
Why wouldn't I do
Why
it?
wouldn't
I
you
don't
do it?
feel like I need to be like pushed that far to the edge to be a better person.
Not just for not be a better person, but just
What, just to experience
just
that?
to experience.
To
Yeah.
experience like the
You didn't have to jump out of a plane to experience falling out of free falling and
Yes, I did.
parachute. Yeah, but it's okay. But you didn't have to. But that's something you wanted to do, and you
Yeah,
did
and I don't want to be in a game that I don't even know I'm part of. Like, I was fully aware when I went skydiving, like, okay, I'm going skydiving. Even if I didn't grasp the idea that I'm falling out of a plane that's moving a mile up in the sky or whatever, I at least was like, well, I paid, so I'm doing it. Like, there's no backing out now. Plus, yeah, I had like other people with me. But to be in something where it's like, oh, hey, we're just gonna play this game on you. You don't know when it's gonna happen. You don't know how it's gonna happen.
So you're saying-
but it's gonna happen.
And you don't know when it's going to end.
So
And
you're
you don't-
saying you
yeah.
don't have you don't like the fact of not having control of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I get
Okay,
that. I get
okay.
part of the game is that you don't have control over it. I cannot do that.
I do
you know?
not want to do that.
What about you, Sean? Why wouldn't you do it?
I don't want to, man. I don't want to get fucked around, pushed to the limit that much because I'm just gonna kill someone,
Well, there you go. See.
and it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh, you're gonna kill someone. They're gonna figure out a way to like, get you a fake gun. I'll fucking figure it out.
You figured out it's a fake gun.
I'll figure out a way to kill someone because it's
What if you like? You know how it shoots blanks? What if you put it in your own like mouth and shot yourself? Doesn't the blank still leave? Like,
Yeah,
an
blank will
impact?
still kill you.
A blank will still
At
kill
that
you.
close range, yes.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I mean, why didn't Michael Douglas just do that? Oh,
doing
that would have been
really
really
nice.
messy.
That's Bruce Lee's son died.
That's
What was his name?
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee.
yeah.
With a blank.
It was to say that Michael Douglas's character wasn't going to fall into the same like trap.
I'd enjoy it. I mean, it's like if I had the money and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, man, we're just gonna have a lot of fun at your expense, and you're not gonna be able to control it," I'd do it. I would totally do it.
Nope. Yeah, George, you got to let us know why you would do it.
I guess the thrill of something. Probably the only reason why.
The thrill.
The thrill.
You go see a movie.
Yeah, but you can't go to a movie.
Well, the thing
or do things.
he brought up the skydiving thing, which I went with him, and the whole parachute lines twisting. That was.
Oh, yeah,
I
George's
guess that was my
parachute.
experience. Like, hold on, is this a game?
Yeah, George.
This can't be
For
real
those
life.
that are unaware, like George and I, we went skydiving like a year ago or so, and from that situation, like we both went on separate planes or whatever. On George's
Tandem jump.
descend to the earth, the when the parachute was released, the cables that are connected to the parachute were twisted. So then, George's like tandem buddy pointed at him. He was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need you to look up." He's like, "We got a problem with these."
We had
these
a minor malfunction.
There you
Like,
go.
what are you talking about? And he like, look up, and I look up, and the freaking lines are twisted. I'm like, that's not what I fucking want to be hearing of here, Leon.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, they're clearly like free falling in the sky. So it's
And
like
I'm trying to grasp if I can survive that impact of that, how high I was. I'm like, I'm at least like 9,000, 8,000 feet up in the sky still, and I'm like, that's when I start freaking out. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be able to survive this. What the fuck's gonna happen? All of a sudden, he's tingling. He's trying to move the lines with his hands, trying to get him back to twist in the right direction. And all of a sudden he just tells me, kick your legs up forward. And I'm like, okay. And as soon as I do that, the lines just untangle themselves and the parachute opens. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god. It was the biggest sigh of relief I've probably ever had in my whole
not even on the
entire
ground
life.
yet.
Not even on the ground yet.
Yeah.
I'm cussing all the way down, and I finally land my feet on the ground, and the other instructor tells me, how was it? I was like, I was fine up until Leon told me we had a minor malfunction. And he's like, you told him that? And my instructor's like, yeah, I wasn't gonna lie to him. I was cool with him. He was cool with me. I'm like, oh fuck. But the point is, I guess I would do it for that thrill, that moment of like, holy shit, I could probably die from doing this. That's why I would do it.
You do that every day, though. You get in the car, you could be like, holy shit, I could die today in this car.
Yeah.
Your
tire can blow out.
Tire can blow out.
Not-
you
not-
hit another car.
Yeah,
Not-
but see
not
what
like
the
that.
difference is between you, me, and George, me, and you guys? You guys want to control everything. That's within your nature, is you guys like control. If you take away control, you guys are like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out. But if, like for me and George, if somebody takes away that control, okay, that's cool.
So then why don't you smoke weed?
Because I don't...
You lose control.
I've
It's
done-
like...
That's true.
I've done edibles.
That's a good
I've done an
counter-argument.
edible, and it's. I don't like the
You don't like losing
the
control,
swimming.
huh?
No, I don't like the swimming effect.
I've never had to swim.
What the hell is this swim?
I've only
difference?
fallen. You can check episode 2 for that.
I know.
This like when you move, your body doesn't like catch. Swimming effect. It's like you're swimming in a pool and your body hasn't caught quite. Your mind can't catch it quite
Is
up to
it-
what your body can do.
Is it the same as like Kendrick Lamar's swimming pool, or not?
I hate you guys.
I feel like he's never heard this song.
You have to have heard that
Yeah.
song. Really?
Mm.
Anyways, do yourself a favor, Chris. Listen to some goddamn hip hop. For
I just recently saw
Anyway,
Kendrick.
For me, it's the adrenaline rush.
Just the adrenaline.
Not like driving my car down the fucking on Alamo. That's not gonna give me an adrenaline
Well,
rush.
if you go, what if you go 100 miles per hour?
Highly illegal and
past the police station.
All of a sudden,
Oh, I
legality.
didn't care
I
about
also-
the game being illegal.
Yeah.
That whole game was
The game-
illegal.
Yeah, the game is illegal.
but they pay off certain people to make it happen. In the
No, and then plus
in the-
they had divers. They had safety precautions when he was like, "Oh, you're in the taxi, and if you would have drowned, we had divers ready to get you." They had safety nets around the person that you couldn't see.
Okay, there's a safety net in his car. It's called
Yeah, but again,
airbag.
see, this is what I don't understand.
I just
If
recently got a
nobody-
ticket for fucking going 82.
That's your problem.
Okay,
you
you're just
know-
telling me, 100 miles an hour is gonna give me an adrenaline rush? It's not gonna give me an
That's
adrenaline
part of the
rush.
game.
Then
The
why'd you-
ticket is part of the game. You don't gotta pay it.
Then why'd
Think about that.
Why'd you jump off a plane?
Why'd I jump off a plane?
Yeah, you told me why, but why did you? There's no.
You really want to know why I jumped off a
Yeah,
plane?
why'd you really jump off a plane?
It was for a Groupon, so it was that's why.
But you
It
never.
was a Groupon, and we got like
Yeah, it was
25% off. The
I know,
drop.
I missed
Yeah.
out. I was supposed to go with you guys.
Yeah, that's the real reason. So if I ever do anything, it's because it's discounted. Okay.
So what if the game was available to us peons?
What, us poor people?
Yeah, for a Groupon.
if there was a Groupon for us to play the game, yes, I would. You're not. Why would you pass on a deal like that?
I think we should do an escape room together, all four of us.
I'm down to do
I
escape
think-
room.
I think it'll be
I've heard
fun.
nothing but good things.
Have fun
But
dying.
October's coming up, so
You have to be.
There's still escape rooms now.
Really?
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
in LA,
escape
there's
room
one in
is
somewhere.
there's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't be an idiot. Like, that's what the only thing I've been told is, like, you gotta go with people that know their shit, or you will
I think
not
we should
get out
do
of the
it and make
escape
a
room.
podcast out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are going to go to escape room.
We need
We're
6 people, though.
We're gonna tell people, and we're gonna
Yeah.
record it. We're gonna, like,
Yeah,
let
that's
people know.
5. I already included
Alex,
Joe,
Oh,
Mike,
Alex, yeah.
No, that's
Alex,
7.
Mike,
I want-
Mike probably won't do it. I don't think he'd be down.
But Alex
is Joe down to go?
Mike would probably be the
I'm
smartest
down,
person.
but is Joe down? That's
Oh,
what-
Joe wants to do one.
Joe wants to do one?
Yeah.
And Joe has like 50 cousins, so that's like 100 right there. We're good.
That's, everyone has 50 cousins, though. You got
Yeah,
50
but like
cousins.
Joe's close with her family, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, see? George, he's whatever with his family. Chris, I don't really know.
No.
Shout outs to Joe.
Shout outs to Joe. What's up, Joe? I'm not close with any of my family members. I don't give 2 shits about them, so I'd be like, yeah, let's do this.
For
Yeah.
those who
I don't
can't
know.
see what just
I don't know
happened,
any of my. I don't know
Frank
any
just
of my
gave-
family either.
That's
Frank
alright.
gave George a hand job.
He did not. He scratched my balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's fucking hot in here.
It is.
So yeah, it's a dark movie.
It is dark.
It was cool. I can understand like the movie.
Did you like it?
No, I liked it.
Okay.
but like I don't know where I'm going with this.
We're all recommending it.
Yeah,
yeah. Everyone should watch it.
If you haven't watched it and we ruined it for you, still watch it because it's gonna be way more coherent when you actually look at it than just a bunch of dudes just talking about it right now. You know, it's real nice, real good. I recommend it. George recommends it. Chris recommends it. Special guest Sean recommends it.
Yeah, watch it.
Definitely watch it.
Tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if we spoiled it for you too. Probably.
Also, if you haven't had a chance to see Anthony Jeselnik, you should totally.
Oh.
He's a if you like dark things.
Oh yeah, if you like movies,
dark humor.
If you like dark movies, you're gonna definitely like dark humor, like Anthony Jeselnik, or how he likes to be known as the Knicks.
Me and George saw him live about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yes,
we saw him live about 2 weeks ago. We saw him at
the Largo.
The Largo.
Largo.
What the fuck is the Largo?
It's the smallest venue.
West LA, or right next to the Beverly Center.
Yeah.
It's
Beverly
not
Center?
called that anymore, apparently.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think so.
It's called the Beverly Center.
I heard.
That's
I'm pretty sure it's called something else.
That's a good name transition right there.
I don't think it's called the Beverly Center, but it's like a block away from the Beverly Center.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Really dope venue to watch
Yeah.
a comic, though.
We saw Stephen Lynch there, and then we saw Anthony Jeselnik. First time I've ever heard Jeselnik was on Netflix, and his special popped up, Thoughts and Prayers. And I really loved it, thought he was funny, but he didn't play out here. My other buddy Matt, who we've mentioned multiple times in the podcast,
Yeah, get over him.
never were meant to be,
Who's getting married and having a baby.
Yeah.
He's having a baby?
Yeah.
On purpose.
No, we got a dog, but that's like his baby.
Oh.
I have a dog.
There's a big difference.
After a dog becomes a baby, everyone knows this.
No.
I got a dog.
Yeah,
So you're preparing to have a child next.
The fuck?
Yeah, apparently, according to George's theory
His
of
logic is really
relationships.
retarded. Back to the whole what you were talking about.
But we saw him I wanted to see him live. Opportunity came because I've seen Stephen Lynch live. So Largo shot me an email and said, "Hey, see Anthony Jeselnik live." And
Wait, Stephen Lynch recommended?
No, it's because I saw
Jeselnik?
the Largo where I saw him.
Oh, okay. So the Largo was like, "Hey, man, you'll like the Knicks.
You'll like Anthony Jeselnik," and I was like, "I sure do." Got group messaged you guys last minute, and like you guys were down. I think all of you guys were working, except for George.
Yeah, I work on this podcast.
and I was like, I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go enjoy him. He was enjoyable. Just the 3 comedians he had during his set. Okay, so most comedians have like 3 openers, have like an opener or something, right?
Okay, yeah.
He walked out, basically said, I'm gonna open for myself, and then I'm gonna open for these other 3 comedians.
It was like a freaking. It was like a freaking football game.
Yeah,
15-minute quarters, and each quarter was.
He's
a
like, I really.
comic.
But what made it funny is like,
it'd be him, and then he'd come and he'd send a friend, and then he'd come back, and then he'd send another friend.
And he's like, I'm trying out new material. I'm trying out new things. He goes, I would do an hour. He goes, usually how this works is I'd send out my 3 friends, introduce them. I would do the hour thing because I'm trying something new tonight. He goes, that, and I really don't like you guys as an audience.
He always talks shit about the audience.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. So I don't expect you guys as an audience, so what I'm going to do 25 minutes, give the people 10. And
no,
then,
they had longer than that.
And then so on.
It sounds like you guys got ripped.
No, I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. George, not so much. He was like, he went on, did his thing, would introduce the next audience member. The next comic. First girl that came on had like one solid funny joke. Rest was horrendous.
Yeah, and I remember that joke because it was, I left my kid, like I came here in an Uber and I left my kid in the car.
Yeah.
That was good. But the other 15,
that sounds
20,
like an opener too.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
she was
wow.
bombing, and then she was like, "Oh shit, I'm going from the big guns now." And she dropped out like maybe like a minute, 2 minute in her set, and she went out for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. They each
About
had
15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. The second guy had at least 25 minutes.
Yeah,
because he didn't know what the fuck to talk
second
about.
guy comes out and he goes, and he's already like, you can tell he's having struggle with it because he's like, "Oh, I'm following the headliner. This is fun."
Yeah.
And then like, he just immediately starts being funny and realizes he's bombing halfway through, and he goes, "It's the audience's fault," and he starts like attacking the audience, and he goes, and then everybody starts applauding him. He goes, "That's so weird, I'm attacking you guys," and they're giving me an applause break. He goes on, he bombs, Anthony Jeselnik comes back, and what made that funny is Jeselnik for the fat girl was like, "God, that was horrible to watch."
Respect women,
Respect
dude,
women,
please. Oh my goodness.
No, because
No, wow.
women had to eat the apple and ruin it all for mankind.
Oh my goodness. Let this be known. We don't agree with
Let the
Chris on
record
this.
show
Yeah.
to our female Reddit followers that are
Yes.
listening.
Oh my goodness.
He
We
does
respect
not-
women.
Yes.
But Chris.
Hey.
That's on audio.
Anyway, we saw her. Then she bombed another one. Then a gay guy came on. I'm sorry for not respecting gays all of a sudden, but he was gay.
How do you know he was gay?
Because he came out and says, I'm gay. And that's what,
Yeah,
like,
that
that's,
was one of his
That
jokes.
was
Like,
his
like he
joke?
wanted us
Yeah.
to laugh. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm funny because I'm fat and I'm gay. And I'm just
Oh.
like no, like
Was
no.
he funny?
No, he was not.
Was
funny.
he a bear?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
But he was not. He was terrible.
He's not a cub.
He was
No,
horrible.
cubs
I don't
are
even think I
small.
laughed one joke.
No,
fucking
he was
said.
like, he just wanted, he was like,
It sounds
oh.
like this whole show is horrible.
It was horrible the way it was set up. Maybe if Jeselnik would have been had the finale.
That's not how the Knicks works. Please don't criticize
but
what you don't know.
I didn't enjoy the show because he was the one who gave us his friends, and he's the one who said, "Oh, these guys are funny."
Yeah.
They weren't fucking funny at all.
Well, maybe
I paid-
they're
I
maybe it was stage fright.
dude, you did not get people on that.
I don't know. I feel like
It was a sold out show.
I
though.
feel
It
like
was a
you're
sold-out
funnier off air than you are on here. Like you're not funny here. That's it could be the same situation.
I think you're funny.
In this case, I'm Jeselnicking right now, and I'm like, oh, here are these other assholes out, and I'm like, no, they're not funny.
I didn't like the show how he.
You
set
didn't like
it
the
up.
format.
The
then.
format.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
He liked it.
Well, he's a
He
fan
got
of it.
he got his
Before
got
I
little
went in-
sips of the Jeselnik.
Before going in, he's also playing on my birthday coming up on the 30th.
Yeah.
And before going in, before anyone walked the stage, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a fucking great time. I'm going to want to come and bring everyone else to this show on the 30th.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, I'm like, I don't ever want to see him again or his fucking damn friends ever.
No, you know what it was like?
he
It's like
didn't like it.
no, it was like when we saw Dorothy.
I think he relies too
And
much on shock
shock
value.
value.
which-
Wait,
That is
Jeselnik
Yes.
or his
No,
other
Jeselnik.
friend?
No,
Jeselnik.
Jeselnik. He relies too
Okay.
much on shock value. But like Stephen Lynch, and Stephen Lynch is also one who relies heavily
And
on
then
shock
like
value.
Louis C.K., who again,
But then
relies
again,
on shock value.
here's why I didn't like Jeselnik. Because his jokes didn't flow into a believable story like other great comics do. To me, he was sitting there writing down like potty jokes.
He's a
This-
one-liner. All his jokes
No, I
are
know
mostly
that.
one-liners.
I know
like
that.
Mitch Hedberg, but you
I
can't.
know that.
You're
But
comparing
to
apples
me,
to oranges.
To me, it didn't flow like a
I
fucking
eat
story
both
should.
apples and oranges.
So you must
Thank
remember
you.
it's
To me, it didn't
you got
flow
that vitamin
smooth
C.
like a story, and it didn't feel believable as if I watch a George Carlin or Richard Pryor. Or,
Again, storytellers.
I have a preference then.
Yes.
You
To
like
me,
stories.
I like stories. I like
Okay.
stories that
stories that are funny.
that are funny,
Yeah.
that seem believable, that actually like happen. This
That
guy
could
like every time Jeselnik was throwing out jokes, I imagined him sitting in his fucking room writing these jokes down. With Louis C.K., I don't get that.
I think you were just mad at the
No, I wasn't.
woman comment.
No.
I think you were mad that she was a woman, and you should really respect women.
No, I
honestly.
had no problem with her being a woman. I just
Okay,
had a problem
good.
with her not being funny.
Okay,
And
yeah, well, that's a big
she had
problem.
one good joke out of
Yeah.
that whole 15-20 minute set.
So you're saying women comics aren't as funny as men comics?
No, I'm not saying that. I like
Oh, I think
Sarah
he
Silverman.
is.
I love Sarah Silverman.
You seen her new special?
I have not.
Oh, you don't really love her then.
Well, I'm not.
Get
it
outta
good?
here. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like Sarah Silverman though.
I like her, but
I thought you liked Amy Schumer.
No, that's me.
Oh yeah, we can
I
talk
don't-
about that later.
but anyways, to me,
Who dated Anthony Jeselnik?
Did you really?
Yeah.
Is that a low point or a high point? I can't tell.
Respect women.
Yeah, respect,
Yeah,
dude.
thank you.
Wow.
Respect women. Again.
Hashtag respect women. Goddamn.
I stand on my statement.
So I wasn't a huge fan of him or his show or his friends.
Okay, Sean. Well, what's your opinion on all this? I know you've been quiet over there.
So me and Frank didn't actually see them live, so we just watched the Netflix special, which I already forgot the name of.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
So if you have Netflix, which I know most of you do, if you don't have Netflix, we have a problem. Just watch Anthony Jeselnik's Thoughts and Prayers, and then that way you can keep up with us. And
It's, I don't know, like, he is, like, one, I think he's very, at least in the special, I don't know how he is live, but I feel like he was very monotone.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
that's his thing, I think.
it might be his thing.
That's
Guess
his
what?
shtick.
Not my thing. That's just it's preference, man. It's America. But so I didn't like that. He does rely on shock value a lot. The shock value that he does, some of it just doesn't flow.
Give an example then.
So, to be honest, man, why am I blanking out on this whole special?
That's because you didn't like it.
It's true. I remember laughing about some baby joke. Because
That was like-
There's a lot of baby jokes.
He does
Yeah,
a lot
dead
of
baby
dead
jokes.
baby
It's probably the
jokes.
only times I was
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
But, like, there were some other jokes, and I already forgot it. That I was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
On to the next one, you know? But, like George was saying, I kind of get the same feeling that, like, I like stories. So I like everything at the end of, like, a comics thing to kind of pull together.
Yeah, you like fairy tales is what I mean.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
Lord of the Rings or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it all coming together, but since like it wasn't really a story, nothing really came together, and then it just kind of ended, and then it was just like, and then I was just kind of like, that was
Tell the
okay.
story at the end, the last part of that.
I don't remember it.
Tells the story about Shark Party. He tells the story about his grandma, how his grandma died, and how he got to talk. He goes to his grandma's funeral when he was really close to his grandma, and he goes, "They had me talk," and he goes, "Nobody should ever have me talk at a funeral." And he talks about Huck Finn and how the favorite story is like he got to use her two favorite things, reading to her grandchildren and using the N-word. He's all, you haven't been a comic until you hear everybody audibly gasp at your own grandma's funeral, which I thought was funny.
Alright, now you're mentioning that, I didn't think that was funny. Wow. I just remember the story. I was just like, where are you going with this? I understand that like comics are supposed to, like, sometimes they have like bad jokes and like, you know, they shock people and everything. But I was like, I don't care about how your job works. I just want to laugh. Don't tell me how to do it.
I had
Like,
two jokes that I remember that Jeselnik had. One was his friend and his wife. His wife had a problem with Jeselnik.
Oh God, that was funny.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. His wife had a problem with her husband hanging out with Jeselnik, and she comes up to Jeselnik and says, "I have a problem with you. My husband's saying things that he picked up from you." And he's like, "What was it? Did he say the word bitch?" And she's like, "No, he didn't say the word bitch." And he goes, "Did he say the word cunt?" And she goes, "No, he didn't say the word cunt." And Jeselnik's punchline is, "Then he didn't get it from me." Which that was a brilliant joke. That was a brilliant joke.
That's good.
And then the last one that he had also is the abortion and the plant. What was the plant called?
There was
the
a succulent.
cactus. The succulent. I thought that was hilarious. But like too much is relied on shock value, which kind of kills the body of his work.
But again, like Louis C.K. special, which I did watch. The beginning of his thing is he talks about abortion and
The Saturday night monologue.
no, his new one.
No,
He gets dressed
his
up in a suit, and he gets all dressed up, and that's what he talks about. First opening thing he says is abortions. He goes, "Oh, abortions," and he goes, "Either it's murder or it's not," and people laugh, but that's shocking to some people, and that's so. To me, I understand where you're coming from. Is like, but he tells a narrative.
but abortions aren't really shock value anymore. We've been so
It depends.
as a society.
No, because in the special, I forgot how it went, but he talked about abortions. But basically, his thing is that he goes like to abortion clinics to protest or something. But the way he protests is that he underbids the abortion clinic, which I thought was funny because he's the one giving the abortions, right? Like I think for him, you have to think about it.
But he has another great bit too. He's like, "I wouldn't hit a woman if she had a knife, if she came out with a knife, or if she had a stutter." I thought that was funny. Or the one about the ex-girlfriend. He goes, "Oh, I found out recently my ex left me and she's with a new guy that beats her. It makes me want to go over there with a baseball bat and blame it on him."
I think
that's funny to me.
It's one of those like,
Which I it's right up your alley because I know you are a dark person.
you're not a dark person.
Some of the shit he says is.
I don't think it's dark. I think it's just.
What kind of happy-go-lucky light do you have, man?
I just don't think you're dark. That's all.
Chris is dark.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, I am.
No, man. I've seen you without a shirt. You ain't dark. You ain't dark.
You guys might disagree with it, but I really do have a dark personality. Dark humor.
People say I'm dark, but I'm just like, whatever.
Nah, man, you're cute.
Nah, dude.
Well, recently, I don't know how to tell this story, but we had, somebody did die, and I'm about to really apologize for this, about 2 seconds. Somebody died, but I don't understand why you would name your child after something your husband died on. Harley.
Huh. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say Crystal.
Wait, did you make that joke or is that?
I made that joke.
You made
that is like no. This is a real life story.
That's a real life story.
Inception of even darker humor.
Oh, okay. So this is based on a real thing.
This
Yes.
is based on a real thing, and it's even in Inception. It goes deeper down the fucking rabbit hole of how dark this
Dark
goes.
it goes.
But I think that's for me, like, I'm not going to say Jeselnik is bad because he's not. I like that he sounds like a serial killer because it fits with his jokes. And I think, like, if you watch the special, he basically analyzes his own, like, joke where he's like, oh, my baby, it's the Eric Clapton, like, his baby
Oh, God,
died.
that was hilarious, though.
But the thing is that he even, like, analyzes it for you. There's, like, so many things you have to know to get that joke. And, like, you have to know who Eric Clapton is. You have to know how clumsy his baby is. And you have to know that he wrote a shitty song. And that's hard for people to grasp at times. I don't think he's bad.
I remember I had to look up how Eric Clapton's son died.
I didn't, because I already
I
knew.
knew too.
I didn't know, so I had to look it up. I was like,
I didn't even know.
That's
his
one
kid
of those.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
one of
dropped
those
out the
things.
window.
like 1991, man. Come on, or 4.
And that's why that song of
Yeah.
Tears from Heaven, or the song.
That's the thing, is that he himself is aware that, like, you have to kind of understand, and even when you don't understand, you can be like, oh, haha. I think what was the other joke, the grandma one where he goes to college?
Oh God, that was
Because-
hilarious.
Yes, that's hilarious. It's a little.
That one I thought was funny.
That one was funny because she's like, hey, have you read your Bible? No, I haven't, Grandma. Okay, well, you have a good day. And then finally, oh yeah, because Jeselnik, or his grandma asks him, hey, what do you want from me as a graduation present? And Jeselnik says to her, I just want money, Grandma. Give me money.
I'm about to drop out of college, Grandma.
Yeah. And then Grandma just gives him a Bible, and she's like, why don't you read this Bible while you're in college? And he doesn't until he's about to, like, get kicked out. And she's like, well, have you read your Bible? And when he finally reads it, it just says "fuck you," which I think is great. I think, like, the little twist, that little line twist right there at the end, I thought that was good. I was expecting it to, like, have a bunch of money, like in the Bible, and it didn't. It was a straight up like, nah, you ain't getting shit. You're gonna get dropped out. You're poor, and your grandma fucked you over. I think that's funny. Like, I think that's one of maybe that's his strong point, is that there's so many points going on that creates the whole. It's not the whole, like, journey to getting to the story. It's everything that leads to the story. I don't know. That might sound like the same thing, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, though.
No, like where he
Right.
talks about, like, that story where he talks about, like, dropping his sister's kid. The payoff at the end is like, who would ask me to be a pallbearer?
Oh, yes. yes. The dead kid, and he drops the dead kid.
So
I just imagine, like, I think it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I don't mind. Like I said, like, I think he's funny. I don't think there's a moment where I'm like, that's just terrible or something. Like, I get it. I get the humor.
I got a lot of his jokes. I was just like,
You were just unimpressed, right?
Yeah.
It's the monotone.
for me, yeah.
I think he's a handsome guy, too.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what helps him. Is
What
he
do
a
you think,
writer for
George?
anything?
Yeah,
I
he
saw
was a
that.
writer for
You think he's handsome?
a few shows.
Oh yeah, he's handsome.
And he had his own show too for a while.
What show?
I got that.
Anthony Jeselnik Experience.
But is he more handsome than Dane Cook?
Get out of here, dude. I think, yeah, he's more handsome than Dane Cook, yes.
Is he funnier than Dane Cook?
Yes, I think.
Dane Cook is horrendous.
I don't know. I think Sean likes Dane Cook.
What?
Do you really?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't listened to Dane Cook since like 10th grade.
But he's still, like, he thought he
But
was
I
funny.
don't. In
Yeah.
10th grade, I thought he was funny, but now
Yeah.
it's like whatever. Does Dane Cook even do anything anymore?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw this coming.
Really?
Yeah, in the shadows.
That's funny.
Lurking.
But comedy's like music, it's just a new perspective.
Yeah, man. Give it, like, a couple more years. He'll bring out an album. 2017's been the year of 10-year-old
Dragon.
bout, like, drawn out, like, albums in the making finally coming out. Same thing could be for Dane Cook, you know?
Could drop a vinyl. Would you pick it up?
Yeah.
Would I pick it up? No.
You didn't pick up fucking what's his name? Baloney? You
Mulaney?
bought tickets to go see him?
Oh,
John Baloney?
John Mulaney.
Mulaney.
Oh,
I
John
linked you.
Mulaney's the bald guy. No, he's not.
No,
bald.
he's
I linked you
He's,
to his vinyl.
He does impressions, though. No?
Yes.
Yes.
And you
He's
didn't buy
fat,
it.
but that doesn't
No,
help.
he's not
'cause
fat.
He's
I'll
not.
show you a picture.
Yeah, show me a picture. 'cause
And
I'm
How
thinking of
fat
someone
is he?
else.
Anna says he's really funny.
Didn't he open for Louis C.K.?
Did he?
He might have.
Yeah, he's really funny.
I haven't
I think he
watched
did.
anything of him, but I'm kind of interested.
Why? Because Anna told you?
He has
Wow.
a he has a stand up. He has a stand up.
Okay. No, I'm not the same guy. I'm
He has a
thinking
stand
about,
up on Netflix called The Comeback Kid.
Never seen him. Comeback Kid, good band though, everyone.
but- Yeah, that is a good band.
So
They're old.
Wow, man.
No, they're just
All of a
old.
sudden,
That's
Respect, come
old.
back here.
Yeah,
That's old. That's like
come-
Melancholy, Ladwagon, and you're blanking up on all those, but it's okay. It shows how much of a casual listener you are.
I don't remember the song names. Dude. We already went over. I don't know song names.
No, those are bands.
Oh, well, fuck. Sorry, dude. Damn millennials.
So you have millennials on your vinyls.
Damn millennials and your iPhones. Except Frank's got a Droid. Stay losing.
Oh my goodness. Well, final thoughts on the Jeselnik.
He has some funny jokes, but like I said, he relies too much on shock value, and I really wish he wasn't like every joke just relied something on like, oh, this is gonna be shocking. Oh, like I'm probably desensitized to half the shit he's probably already said. So
No, I think like you make it sound like he's just like saying like obscene words like shock. Like he's not even like his like delivery is just like
subject matter
blah blah
is
blah
relies
and then
on
this and it's like that's the
But no, like I said, the wife and his buddy.
yeah
I thought that joke was brilliant.
yeah
And you like the abortion one where he's like, I'm not going to buy him a cactus. Because I don't want to be like, here's something else you can't take care of.
That was good. That was fucking awesome. That was great.
But yeah, I thought, I like how like in this, he has a CD out called Caligulus.
I don't buy CDs. So
It's on Google Music or
Yeah,
Do you got vinyl?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I pick it up.
I don't get.
No, you don't.
If he had a vinyl, I'd pick it up.
You didn't pick up John Mulaney's vinyl.
You didn't even pick up Panic at the Disco's vinyl.
If you're all wondering why we're talking about vinyl, please listen to our previous episode. We got this vinyl meme going on. Just appreciate it for a little bit.
Me personally, one of my top 10 comedians I think everybody should see live.
Sean, what's your favorite comedian?
I don't really have a favorite comedian. Like you guys sound like you're like in the comedian, like the comedy loop.
No, we're not. We're just
Sounds
fucking
like-
idiots.
I think.
No,
Yeah.
because you guys like you
We don't
probably
know what
watch
the fuck
a
we're
lot.
talking about.
Oh yeah.
Squeeze me? Like, squeeze me?
Chris is probably the one that probably keeps up.
Probably
with
keeps up the
most.
most.
Yeah.
Like Amy Schumer.
No, but I like, oh my god, I can't remember his name, but he wrote for the Dave Chappelle, and he has funny stand-up too, he's a white guy, but he does different things, like he'll do one-liners, then he tells a story, and then he'll just, and his jokes. If I could remember what the crap he's called,
Oh, you think about
I
that.
will, but he's
Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby's stand-up is fucking hilarious. If no one's ever checked it out.
I think
Yeah,
I've
but
seen that.
his reputation's now ruined.
That
I'm
doesn't
talking
mean
about his fucking-
doesn't mean
his
that he's not
funniness.
funny still.
If you listen to his old shit,
Yeah.
I would crack up before I'd crack up to Jeselnik.
Man, that's,
With Bill Cosby's.
you're just hurting Chris at this point. Wow.
I'm just trying to dig the knife deeper.
No, I'm saying Bill Cosby, his stand-up is funny. Because like I said, it's storytelling. Eddie Murphy Raw, probably one of the funniest fucking comedy specials of all time.
It's the one where it's the red yeah.
leather
Dude, I thought you liked
jacket,
George Lopez,
leather
man.
pants.
Carlos Mencia.
Oh,
Yeah, you like Carlos Mencia.
Okay, what do you
never
think
liked
about
him.
Joe Rogan's stand-up?
I've never actually listened to any of his stand-up. I've heard a couple of
never
his
heard anything
podcasts.
I haven't heard him.
I've heard a couple
But
of
I know he
podcasts.
hosted Fear Factor. So that was
And I know he hates Carlos Mencia.
Oh, he went up and
He had like a vendetta for fucking Carlos
ripped him
Mencia.
up in his mental
I don't
side.
like Carlos Mencia.
I don't think
And I never
read.
saw any of his stand-up. I only saw I based it off that dumb show he had on Comedy Central for a while. And I was like, when's South Park on?
That's still funny. South Park?
I
South Park's...
I've not watched South Park in
Richard
years.
Pryor.
Dude, I actually watched South Park for the first time in a few years, like a few days ago.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Oh, that's good.
Did you watch the GoFundMe where they make fun and go, other way?
I didn't watch it. I watched one where they tried getting a Whole Foods. And
That one's funny. And it turns like the whole neighborhood bad.
Any last words then?
Your favorite comic?
My favorite comic. Yeah.
Amy Schumer.
It is definitely...
Everyone's favorite comic is Amy Schumer.
Exactly.
If it isn't,
I
it should be.
think-
Because we all respect women.
it's not an apparent... It's not apparently like...
Pussy's pussy.
It's...
No, you're like, oh, respect women, and you're like,
Yes.
and then like he says Amy Schumer like condescendingly because he doesn't think she's funny because she's a woman. Just
no,
come out and
I
say
don't
that.
think he's saying that.
Just come out and say it.
I think she's just a terrible comic. That's
She
all.
is a terrible comic.
I don't...
What makes a terrible comment?
That she
Terrible
pays,
actor.
she pays people
That
to write
she-
her jokes, and those people
Yeah.
obviously sabotage her by stealing material, and she
Yeah,
doesn't know it, and she
steals
still
jokes.
says it.
The
She still says
delivery's
those
off.
jokes.
It's nothing about
Whoever's writing those jokes, they're like, oh, I watched this. I'm gonna give her a joke, change it slightly, and she's still gonna go out there and perform it on her special.
Yeah.
She's not gonna know it's stolen, and that's why a lot of people are like, this bitch steals jokes, and that's
Respect.
well, I'm calling her a bitch because she steals jokes.
Still gotta respect my dude. Guilty until proven innocent, or the other way around.
Okay.
Daniel Tosh does a good bit about this. He goes, he goes, not to say women aren't funny. He goes, women do some part stunts. He goes, because I'm a man, I'll have more 70% more audience. It's not because women aren't funny. It's because women don't support their own.
There you go. So we should support women. You
Respect
asshole.
women. They support their own.
All of a sudden, you want to respect. Get the fuck out of here. Hypocrisy is
I'll call it like it is. I don't hide behind Amy Schumer because you don't think she's funny. You know that's not respectful to a woman.
She's not funny.
There you go. But why you bring her up like it's favorite artist?
Because I know you like her.
I do.
I honestly, my favorite comedian is all you guys. You guys are the funniest motherfuckers I know. That's
Thanks,
for sure.
man.
Yeah.
He's the funniest I know.
Well, I mean, funny is very different. Like you guys are
It's subjective. It's subjective, which is
no,
why
I meant like
we
you guys
liked
are
or didn't
situational
like
funny.
Jeselnik.
Like you guys put yourselves in things, and it's so funny. Like Chris with his like weirdness of not being able to talk to women.
God, dude.
George's just antics at times, and then Sean's just funny in general. I like his delivery, and he's cute to look at. So if Jeselnik, if it helps Jeselnik for me that he looks good, it helps a lot more for Sean because he looks better.
Aww.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I disagree with that statement, but
Wow. Man.
It's cool, man.
Don't listen to this hater.
beauty is subjective.
Boxing only 2 days a week. Get out of here.
I tried to invite you guys. You're like, let me whip out my dick and see which one's bigger.
It doesn't make sense. But
That never happened.
yeah, that never
And
happened.
if it did, it'd probably be on YouTube.
It was on chat. He's like, I said, hey, come through a box with me. And George is like, let me grab just. I dropped my Magnum condom for my Magnum dog.
Wait,
I don't
what?
think that was even for the same context. I think he was trying to tell you should take a Magnum condom with you wherever you go, and then just drop it in front of women and be like, "Whoops, I dropped my Magnum condom for my Magnum dong," and then you pick it up.
Which is a Sunny reference.
Yeah,
We weren't
it's a Sunny
stealing any jokes here.
Yeah.
I love it, Sonny.
Yeah.
Which those guys aren't they don't do stand up, but
No.
they're hilarious
D does
writers.
stand up in the show, so
Those
D
guys
also
are
gets lit on fire.
I like Dee's new show, The Mick.
I haven't watched
Is
it.
that the one on Fox?
Uh-huh.
My sister was watching it the other day. I didn't watch it though because I was like, I'm tired of going to sleep.
Any last words then?
No?
No. All right. Cool.
Respect women.
Respect
Respect
women.
Or
yes.
don't.
Please don't.
Come on,
This is like the vote or die thing, okay? Respect women or die, okay?
we
That's
do
it.
want to have a strong female following to
Yeah.
those
I'm
that
not
are
gonna tell him
listening
what
out
to do and
there.
what not to do.
So don't mind him.
I rely too much on shock value. I'm sorry.
You do, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Jeselnik Jr. over here. Shit. Anyways, would like to thank the sponsor for today's episode, Pollo Loco. Pollo Loco now has an app for iPhone and Android phones. Each time you use the app, you get Pollo points towards your Pollo purchases, earn 100 Pollo points, and you get 10 Pollo pesos for your next order. Use the Pollo Loco app. Pollo Loco, Spanish for chicken. Anyways, that's been us. That has been another beautifully wrapped episode of A Podcast Now. Thank you for listening.
See you next time.